Okay, hopefully everybody can see. How are we doing today? So I got some cool things to share with you today. And it's mostly how you can uh, it's mostly how you can build something that people want to come to, because the idea is the problem isn't the views, it's how you get paid. In other words, it is not related to how many viewers, how many followers you get. And I will show you exactly what I mean by that, because I have had an experience recently that has just made me believe that ever so much more. And it is based off of vidIQ. And let me see if my vidIQ. What's going on, Rick? How are you? I'm signing into my vidIQ so I can show you this. And by the way, if you're trying to get paid for views, um, first off, it's just not the way to go about it. It's really, um, it's a way to basically, you're using the right platform, but you're using it in the wrong way. And if you've ever felt like that is a problem for you, I want you to check this out. So in my vidIQ, and hopefully you can see this. Now, see, you can see this, right? This is, hey, congratulations, Chuck. You hit 250,000 views. Everything is cool. Hi, Sheila. How are you? So you've hit 250,000 views. Everything is awesome. You can see I've got 1,220 subscribers. I hit this milestone. My subscribers have gone crazy over the last however many, probably the last 2 months. But guess what? It hasn't meant dime one. And it won't mean dime one for you either. That's the problem. The problem is that this number, 1,220 subscribers, and this number, 251,000 views, they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. What's up? Carlita or Carita. Sorry. Hi. GB, what's up? How are you? So those numbers don't mean anything to you. And that's what I want you to understand, is that it's the wrong way to go about it. All right. And by the way, if this is the first time you are seeing me, you can drop a one in the comments on TikTok. You could also drop a one in the comments if you are here on YouTube. Because and by the way, if you're on YouTube, you're probably going to get a better version of this uh, on my laptop version, because I've got all the screens that I can show. I don't know. You guys tell me. Can you see the screens that I am sharing on my Tik? I guess you can see the screens on my TikTok here. So, but the bottom line is, these numbers, they don't mean anything. Numbers that mean a whole lot more have to do with you realizing that the best way to monetize is to take knowledge that you have and turn that into recurring income. All right, knowledge into recurring income. So, how do we do that? What's the best way for us to do that? Well, the best way to do that I have found is actually figuring out what it is that you're good at, what it is that you know really well, and turning that into what we call a knowledge bucket. Okay. And I'm going to copy this and I'm going to bring this over. What does it say? Duplicate to vertical canvas. There we go. So we have this thing called a knowledge bucket, right? And a knowledge bucket is simply one of three things. So a knowledge bucket is either a profession or some sort of a uh, career that you have undergone, right? And that career, and I tell you what, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see this just a little bit more. In fact, I'm gonna cover my face here. All right. So it's a profession or career. It is a personal problem. What's up, Ronald? How are you? Pawpaw, how are you? Paige, Gerald, Lou, Nurse, Wayne, Verified, Sterling, Alicia, how are you? But guys, you don't need to sell digital products. And probably the only reason some of you are thinking that digital products are the way to go is because you bought somebody's course and now you're trying to recreate it, or you're trying to sell something related to it. But if you have a profession or career that you have actually done, right? Or you have a personal problem that you have overcome yourself, or you have a hobby that you like pursuing. Those are all much better ways to get paid than worrying about TikTok Shop, than worrying about views, and then worrying about subscribers. Much better ways. And the reason is because this comes from a place of genuineness, right? Or authenticity. Because if it's a career that you've done, then guess what? You have something to offer other people. And what you have to offer other people is you can save them time, you can save them money, and you can save them headaches. Because it's like somebody following behind you and you're telling them, don't step on that landmine, don't step on that landmine. And you are saving them the headaches and the hassles of not learning how to do something. All right. Does that make sense? So, for example, let's say you were and I'm using real life examples. Okay. I'm using real life examples and I'm going to show you in just a second what I mean by those real life examples. Let's say you're a project manager. In other words, that is what you have done for a living is you have been a project manager. So what you can do is you can create a place where people can learn from you about being a project manager. And there's actually somebody right here on TikTok, if you're watching on TikTok, there's actually somebody right here that is doing this with this platform that we are talking about. So let me share that with you. All right, I'm going to get this off of here for now. All right, can you see my friend here? My friend with the project management mastermind. Now, what this isn't is this is not some high ticket course that she is selling. If you look at it, what it is it is a community where she teaches people who want to get into project management, and this is Veronica. She teaches people who want to get into project management how to do so. And she has 1,600 members paying her $49 a month. And I think most of what she has made or what she has built, she has done it by going live here on TikTok and then inviting people to her community. And that's all it is. All right? It's very simple. And if you do the math on that, what is that? So basically what are we talking? 1,600 members. I'm going to do a little math here because I'm always curious about math. Where's my calculator? There is my calculator. There it is. All right. So she has 1,600 members, $49 a month. Guys, if every single one of those people is paying $49 a month, She's making $78,000 a month doing this. Now, I'm not claiming that's what you're going to make, but what I am telling you is that these types of groups exist. And all she has done is look at her background, right? She is a project manager. She's been one for almost 10 years. And the reason she's showing people how to become a project manager is because it's a highly paid profession. So she's teaching people how to get into the profession. And rather than having to get some kind of designation or license, or teaching people in a traditional way, she's teaching them online with her community. And her community is $49 a month. And like I said, she's got 1,600 members in her community. So this is what I'm talking about having the ability to create something that you actually own, right? It's something that you actually own. So that is just one. There are so many different other um, there's so many different other professions that we could do. We could do let's try accounting. So look at this. Scale your accounting firm the modern way. 353 members, and it's only $1 a month. So there's that. 16 members, $97 a month, right? 164 members. And a lot of these communities are free, and they're free. Look at this one, 670 members, $89 a month. Save 10 plus hours a week on your accounting firm. So these are professions, right? So you could do this with professions. You can also do this with any kind of personal problem that you have been through in your life, right? So those are some of the those are accounting. But you could also do this with any kind of personal problem you've been through with your life. Let's say you wanted to do it on, let's try health. Let's go back a little bit here. Right. Health is a good one because health is health is about overcoming personal issues, right? So if you go to the health category and you see all the different health related ones that there are, look at this one, peptides. So peptides are, and I love the name of it here, pep talk, as in peptides. I love the name of it here. So you got Hack, right? Hack has 2,600 members at $10 a month. So this guy's making like, if every single one of these people are paying that, you can do the math and you can figure it out. And he's got this designation, which means he's a top 5% earner on the school platform. So again, he's got like 50 courses in there, but it's all part of one thing. And the nice thing about a community is it's recurring income. It's not one-off course sales like everybody is telling you that you ought to do. It is recurring income. And I've got my community here, right? Just to show you what I'm doing. And I have 87 members, and my community is $9 a month. So you can do the math. But when you look at this, this is a lot more viable than worrying about this number or worrying about your TikTok number or your views, your followers, your subscribers, engagement. All of that stuff is just vanity metrics that doesn't pay bills. But when you can show somebody how to do something, right? Then then you're actually providing a valuable service for people. So let's bring up that let's bring that thing back up again. And guys, if you have any questions on any of this stuff, by all means, drop questions in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. And if I don't have the answer, then I'll be happy to find the answer and come back. As you will see, I don't post very much on TikTok. I post about once every 7 days or so on YouTube, but primarily I'm going live. And the reason I'm going live is because Alex Hermosi, who is one of the best media, social media content makers on the internet, he says that the future is live. The future is live streaming. And the reason the future is live streaming is because it gives people an opportunity to get to know the real you. Because if you're live streaming and you're answering questions and you're taking comments and you're responding to those comments, it gives you an opportunity to prove you know what you're talking about. So let's go back here, right? Let's go back here and we will bring this back up here. All right, so we've covered, right, a profession, right? We've covered a personal problem with health, and then you can cover a hobby. This, for me, teaching what I teach is a hobby. All right, I enjoy teaching it. So it's not something that's related to like a health problem or that type of thing. It's a hobby. And what a lot of people believe is they can't make money with their hobbies. And when I say hobbies, I'm talking about sports, I'm talking about art, I'm talking about things you enjoy doing, all of those types of things, right? So when you're able to gather all the information and the people that are interested in that information, when you're able to gather that all up and put that in one place, then you have something powerful because you can share your knowledge with other people. And then people who want the result of that knowledge, they'll pay you. And I don't know about you, but the idea of getting paid for something that you already know, I don't know about you, but for me, that's a reason for applause, isn't it? Right? Or in today's parlance, yeah, that would get my attention. So the whole thing is it's using knowledge in the right way. But the cool thing about this, as opposed to selling one-off products or doing TikTok shop or something like that, the cool part about this is you can do this with anything. As a matter of fact, if you look over here, right? If you look over here, and I'm going to get these out of the way. Let me get these out of the way. So if you look over here and you see you have hobbies, and you can see the ones that are trending. And believe it or not, right now, the big communities that are trending on this platform, they're teaching languages. Those are the most, look at that. So that's CS2, that's Counter Strike, right? This is a studio, and that's for tattoos. This guy's got 133 members, paying $79 a month to learn how to tattoo. This is a person that's teaching people how to play Counter Strike. Here's 770 members, $37 a month. They're trying to learn Spanish. Here's wildlife photography. That's a free community. You got music communities, right? Look at all the different music communities. Playing guitar, No Theory Club. This guy's got 7,800 members, and he starts out as free, but then he's also got higher tiers where people will pay for it. So you've got guitar, you have got piano, you've got voiceover school, or you've got singing, right? So you have that. You have a string translator. It's where you speak music with stringed instruments, harmonica, right? And then you've got all kinds of different communities in different languages because this is not just limited to the United States. like 80 community or 80 countries around the world, you can do this. So you've got all of these different, and these are just the hobby, right? These are just the hobby communities. Beyond that, then you've got the money communities. Then you've got spirituality. Here's a Bible related community. There's 1,000 members in here paying $1 a month, right? You've got psychic school. You've got more faith based stuff. This is in a Muslim language. I can't read it, but you've got abundance training. You have got another spiritual community. You've got motherhood. You have got this is for let's see. Right? But look at that. You have 23 members paying $9 a month. Here you have a manifestation community. This woman just won a competition. You've got the profitable Christian coach. So these are all spiritual, right? Then you have tech. You could teach people. Look, AI is extremely popular on this platform right now. And you can see by all the AI communities that are available to you. Right? So you got all these AI communities, but there's not just AI. There's a bunch of other different places, but AI just happens to kind of dominate things right now in the tech category. But look on the health category. Check this out. Like I said, you had the peptides. There's another peptide community. Here is a pharmacology community. Here is Move Like an Athlete. Look at this, 28,000 members, and they're all paying just $1 a month, but that person's making $28,000 a month, right? It's called the Stronger Human Members Transformation. Now, here's another peptide. The cool thing about this, too, guys, is the fact that you don't have to be the very first one or the only one that has come up with some sort of idea to make money from it. In other words, just because there's one peptide community or there's 75 AI communities doesn't mean that you can't have one. Because what I've found out is that you can only serve so many people, which means that there's plenty of people to go around. If you have an idea that is original, it offers recurring income, it offers high profit margins, and you can actually prove that you can do what you're telling people you can do, right? As long as you can do all of those three things, then you are going to be you're going to be in good shape. And that's why I created my community, because I want to teach you how to take advantage of this. And mine is called the cash flow circle. And it's not cash flow because we're selling digital products, okay? It is cash flow because we are teaching you how to build these communities. And I've even got a 7-day free trial. So if you were to see this, and your view would be like this, and it would say start free trial, and you get 7 days to try this thing. And then at the end of it, after that, at the end of 7 days, you can either cancel or you can stay for $9 a month. But what we do inside of our community, and you can see some of our success stories. My friend Cindy has 275,000 followers here on TikTok. If you're watching there, she has 275,000 followers on TikTok, and she built one of these communities. And in her first 4 days, she gained 13 students, and she was starting out charging $99 a month. So by 30 days, she had 30 students and she was earning over $3,000 a month in recurring revenue. Then I got my friend Ray, who also teaches languages, and he's got 13 members at $87 a month. So do that math. So what is that? 13 at 87. So he's making $1,100 a month with his school community. Then you got my friend Jay, who is very active here on TikTok. And Jay has 2,800 members in his community. And then he's got some upgrades inside of his community. And then you have my friend Danny, who said this is one of the places where she actually felt like she belonged and she didn't have to fit in. And I'm really proud about that because I think that's the most important thing. But you don't need to wait on YouTube monetization. You don't need to wait on TikTok monetization. All you need to do is turn your trust, like it says here, into monthly income. That's all you have to do. And it's a lot easier than you think it is because when you get inside of the community, you will see that it kind of looks like a Facebook page or a Facebook group, right? You have the community where you can post things and people can post inside of your community. Then you have a classroom where I've got some pre recorded lessons that people can get their hands on, right? And I give them a map of where they're headed and the different things that they can unlock at different levels. Then I have a calendar of events where uh, where every week on Saturday I have these open workshops where people can come in and they can ask questions and we share training and education inside of there. Then you have a map and you can see where all your members are located and all of mine happen to be mostly in the United States, but I actually do have some international members too, which I think is really cool. I've got people in Belgium, I've got people in the UK, I've got somebody. It looks like here they are in they're in Morocco, which is really cool. And where else do I have people? I have people in Greece, and I have people in where is it here? Is it African communities that we have people in? So they're all over the place, and to me, that's really exciting because it means that you can have an international presence. See, so I got somebody up here in Alaska, and then you can see I've got people scattered all over the place. Here I've got some people in South America and Central America. So it's really, really cool. Then you can have these leaderboards, right? And these leaderboards are where you have people that the more that they interact in your community and the more active they are in your community, the more they can level up. And then as they level up, they can qualify for different prizes and bonuses and things like that. So it is this really cool place where you can start one of these communities for $9 a month. So for $9 a month, you can have unlimited members, you can have unlimited pre-recorded videos, you can have unlimited live calls. Uh, so all of this stuff, right? You get a 10% transaction fee. So for and this is just a monthly. This is all you pay, which means you don't need a website. You don't need an email autoresponder. You don't need any of those things because all you have to do is you just need to share your knowledge and help people. And the more you help people, and the more those people will, um, the more that those people will recommend you to other people. And then the other thing that you can do in here, which is really cool, let me show you this because this is really cool. I find this outstanding. So as you go into the communities, I'll take you back into mine. In one click of a button, you can set up what we call affiliate programs. So you literally just go into your settings, you go into affiliates, and you set it up. And I have it set up to where everybody who gets into my community, every person they recommend for my community, I give them 50% monthly commissions for everybody that they recommend. So what that does is that encourages people to start recommending my community to other people because it gives you the chance to make your membership free. And think about it. If YouTube came to you tomorrow and YouTube said, "Hey, we want to reward you by simply recommending our our streaming service to other people. And for every person you recommend, we'll give you half off in actual dollars. We'll give you half off what your monthly membership would be, which means that anybody that you go beyond two people, you're actually making money from it, right? So that's the power that you have in your hand with this platform. And by the way, if you're not familiar with this platform, it is called School. And you can visit mine if you want to. There is, I don't know if there's a link in my bio here on TikTok or not, but there is certainly are on YouTube. And you can visit my YouTube channel because I've got much more videos over there. I've got a lot more demonstrations over there than I have here. But I'm at about 30 minutes here, so I'm going to wrap this thing up. But if you want to check out the community and you want to see, you can test drive that thing for 7 days. And just like I say inside of here in my About page, when you go over there, all right, let me show you that real quick. Sorry, we got a little bit of a delay here. But like I say, in your first 7 days, you'll leave with a topic for your community. I'll help you come up with it, a setup plan, and a list of people to invite so you can start getting paid members as soon as possible. Because one of the things that people mistakenly believe about these types of communities and these types of this type of business model, one of the things they mistakenly believe is you have to get to a certain number of followers or you have to get to a certain level of engagement in order to do this, but you don't. And by the way, this is way better than any sort of Go High Level or Facebook group or Slack or Discord or Circle or Kajabi or Coursera, you name it. You name the platform, I will promise you this is a better platform. And the reason it's better, and I'm going to share this with you real quick before I get out of here, is this platform has now started to actively help us get new members. How would you like the platform that you pay to help you get new members? Pretty cool, huh? So let's do that real quick. I'm just signing on to my Facebook real quick and I want to show you something. All right, they're wrapping me up here. Has this been helpful to you guys? If it has, drop it in the comments that it has been. I'm going to check the comments real quick here and see. I don't see any comments that we have had in YouTube. But if you are tuning in from YouTube, I appreciate it. And if you are tuning in here on TikTok, I appreciate that as well. But so let's do this. Let's go into Facebook and you should be able to see this. Trust this device. Yes. All right. And again, there's a little bit of a delay there. So bear with me. Okay. So you can see here, at least I think you can. All right, where are we talking here? Okay. Yes, I want to remember that. All right. There we go. All right, so that's home. Let's see. Well, we seem to be having some internet issues here, so it's not loading as much as I would like it to. But the bottom line is, and let's see if I can go to my other account and see. go to the other account. Look at that. Here's a perfect example. I finally found it. So when you see this is an ad being run by school, and look at this. They're advertising my community that I don't have to pay for. They're advertising my community on school. I don't know about you, but that's pretty darn cool. So if they're advertising the communities for you, that means that you don't have to worry about, right? You don't have to worry about getting new members. That's all. And again, I'll show it to you so you can see it. Look at this. They did the advertising for me. I didn't have to shell out any money to advertise. And any members that they bring in, they only get 30% on. So, this is why this platform is so much better than the rest because they are actively trying to help you get members. And if you look at how successful they have been in doing that, let me share a couple of success stories. And what this is called is it's called the School Growth Boost. All right. Let me show you what my friend Jesper has done here. Now Jesper actually does run advertising, but check out what Jesper has done here. Whoops, we're gonna go here. There we go. So you can see Jesper is saying School Growth Boost has 4x'd his traffic. Again, he pays for some ads, but this has 4x'd his traffic. He says he's converting, he's getting LTV, and if you know what that means, so you can see this is his conversion rate. You can see, look at the skyrocketing boost. So about uh, he would normally get about 80 daily visitors to his page, which over the course of a month is like 2,400 members. That's really good. But look what happened in the first week of them doing this school boost. He got up to 320. And what I like about school too, and you can see that his group was advertised right there. And that his group is about Google ads and drop shipping. But you can see, just like they advertised my group, they advertised his group as well. And by the way, so there's my group, as you can see right there. And if you go back to my group, you can see that's exactly what my group looks like. And that's my about page. So that will send people to you. So they are actively trying to do this. Now, why would they do this? I know that would be a question a lot of people might have. Why would they do this? They want this to become successful because they want more people using the platform. They don't need more groups. All right. I think it's like 180,000 groups on the platform right now. Yeah, there's about 172,000 groups on the platform. So they don't need more groups on the platform. They need more members to the groups that are already there. That's why they're advertising for us. That's why this is such a great deal. And that's why this is so much better than all of these other community platforms because they're not advertising to help you get members. Okay. But guys, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. Again, one last time, if you want to check out my community and you want to see how this is done and, test drive our community for 7 days, all you have to do is go to the link. If you're on TikTok, go to the link in my bio, which is my YouTube. And then inside of my YouTube, you will also see this right here. We'll get that puppy up. And then that's my link to my school page, right? And if you want to start your own group, I've got a link inside of my group where if you decide you want to start your group with me, then I will get on a call with you. And so here is my YouTube. So if you want to join, and it's the Chuck Ellis, very simple. So it's youtube.com, the Chuck Ellis. So you can check that out. You can check out some of the videos on my YouTube, and then there is a link to join my community inside of there. So I hope you got something out of this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe it educated you about the real way, because again, your problem isn't views, it's how you get paid. It's not how many people see your stuff. It's not how many people follow you or subscribe to you. It's who those people specifically are and how valuable they become to you, because they actually want to learn from you and they like you and they trust you and they're willing to pay you to teach them. So, all right, guys. Well, you guys have yourselves a great night, and we will catch you next time.